Hi guys, this is Mrs. Rediger, and welcome to this video introduction to Google Docs. What I'd like to show you today is how to create your own simple Google Doc, also how to upload an existing document to Google Docs and how to convert it into a Google Doc. And then when we're finished with our document, we're going to practice uploading it to an assignment prompt and Turnitin.com. So before I show you those three things, let's talk a little bit about why you as a teacher or a student might be interested in using the Google Drive platform, which includes Google Docs, instead of your typical word processing software. For one thing, Google Drive is device and browser agnostic. So what that means is that you can use it with any device regardless of the operating system. So if I am editing a document in Microsoft Word, I'm going to save it as a .doc format, and then I can't necessarily open that on a Mac computer or anything that's running an Apple iOS, and vice versa. You can't open a an Apple's Pages document inside of Microsoft Word. It just doesn't work. There are licensing issues. So with Google Drive, that's not going to matter. So you can open it on any device, regardless of the operating system, regardless of the programs that are on there. And the file format isn't really going to matter either. Also, you can use it with any internet browser. You don't have to use Google Chrome. You don't have to use Firefox or Internet Explorer. Google Drive should work with all of those browsers, which is kind of nice if you have a preference. In addition, Google Drive is completely cloud-based, and what that means is that it's stored on the web, on the internet. So the good news is you can edit a Google Doc anywhere where you can get an internet connection. So if you're at the coffee shop, if you're at home, if you're at school, in the library, as long as you can connect to the internet, you can access your saved documents from Google Drive and edit them. Also, this makes for streamlined storage options. So instead of maybe carrying a flash drive with me, anytime I edit a document, I'm going to resave it to my flash drive and I have to physically transport that flash drive. What if I lose it? Or what if I get to school someday and I need to print an assignment and I left it at home? Then I'm in a lot of trouble. So if you instead choose to keep your documents in the cloud on Google Drive, you don't have to worry about physically transporting those files. You can edit them from the internet and turn them in or whatever you need to do, print them out. They're always going to be available from the internet. And then our third benefit, Google Drive gives you the ability to share and collaborate easily. So whenever we get into Google Drive, I'll show you how this is done, but you have the option to grant access to view, comment, or edit a file. So what this means, if you're in a group and you're working on a group assignment and you need to share this document or a presentation with one of your classmates, all you really have to do is click a button instead of maybe emailing it or putting it on a flash drive and physically giving it to your classmate. All you have to do is enable editing or enable sharing, and then Google Drive is going to send that document to the person you designate. So again, that's great for group work. It's also great if you're a teacher and you want to be able to view someone's document within Google Drive. So instead of maybe saying, hey, you know what, guys, turn in your rough draft to Turnitin.com, or, I want a hard copy of your rough draft, you could just ask them to enable commenting on that document, and you'll get an email when that happens, and then you can just go in and make comments on a draft instead of having a physical copy that you need to mark up. So it's it allows for some nice options for both students and teachers. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. If you have any questions about anything that I covered today, make sure you email me, or you can come by the library and I'll be happy to help you out. So the first thing we're going to do is log into our Google account. So this kind of looks like Gmail sign-in if you have a Gmail account. You will have to have a Google account to access Google Drives. So if you don't have a Google account or a Gmail account, you can create one. For me, if I wanted to create a new account, I would click in, sign in with a different account, and then add account. But this is me, so I'm going to go ahead and log in. And it will bring up my Gmail platform. So when you get into Gmail, you'll come over here and click this grid menu. Google Drive should be one of the first options. So we'll open our drive. And this is kind of what the home page inside of Google Drive looks like. Now, I use Google Drive quite frequently. You can see that I have various folders and documents, media files. But if you're new to Google Drive, your screen probably looks pretty blank in this area. So that's fine. As you create documents and save documents, you'll have a full screen just like mine is. So the first thing that we're going to do is create a document inside of Google Drive. So let's say that I have an assignment or I want to work on something. The first thing you're going to do is come over here to this orange Create button, and you'll click it and it'll give you some options. So Google Docs is what we're going to focus on today, but Google Drive also allows you to create presentations, which would be similar to PowerPoint, spreadsheets, which is going to be similar to Excel, and then some other options. So there are a lot of apps or a lot of options that you can use, but today we're just going to do a simple document. So click the document icon, and then you should get a page that looks like this, okay? Very similar to what you would see with any type of normal word processing software. You have your menu up here, file, edit, view, all of your font options, good stuff. So first thing I'm going to do is just make my document a little bigger so you guys can see what I'm doing. And, you can edit it just like any type of Word document. So I'm just going to type something here for example's sake. The Docs people. Okay, so I have my text here. And again, you can do whatever you want. So you can highlight it, change fonts if you want to. You can make it larger or smaller. You have bolding, italicized, all that good stuff. Okay, just like your typical word processing software. So now let's give our document a name because we want to be able to easily find it later. So click on Untitled Document. It'll give you the option to rename. You'll get this little rename document box. So I'll say Google Doc Intro Example. Click OK. Now I've got a name. You can put it right up here. Another thing I want to do is put it in a folder. So you remember my Google Drive homepage, I had several folders, and you can organize them however you'd like. So let's go ahead and put it in a folder. Now you see where I have a lot of folders. If you have never used Google Drive before, you're going to have to create a new one. So let's go ahead and do that. Create new folder down here at the bottom of the menu. Let's name our folder Intro to Google Docs. Click Create. And when you see it pop up in your menu choices here, you see this little check mark. That means you have selected it as the location to move this Google Doc to. So I'm good with that. I want this document to go into the Intro to Google Docs folder. So I'll click Move. And then whenever I hover or click on it, I'll see where this is where it is, Intro to Google Docs. Okay. So go up here to your tabs and navigate back to your My Drive homepage, and you can see here's our folder right here. It's automatically been kind of created in this screen. If you right click on it, you'll see all of your options. You can share with someone, star, move to, rename, etc. Let's give it a color just because color coding is kind of fun and easy sometimes. So I'll make mine, let's do violet, good purple color. All right, and that way it's just kind of an easy way to visually organize things. So I'll click back into my folder. My document's going to be there, Google Doc Intro Example. All right. And the nice thing about Google Drive is that it's going to automatically save any changes you make to your document. So if I were to click in here and edit and work on it for a while, I never have to worry about clicking the Save button. Google is going to constantly save it for me. So anytime I edit or make a change, it will save it. I don't have to click Save. It's going to automatically be there. So that's really nice, a really nice feature. So this is, a typical standard Google Doc. Let's say that I already have an assignment that I wrote on my computer in a word processing software program, and I want to upload it, okay? In that case, you're going to go over here to this Create button, but instead of clicking Create, we're going to click our Upload icon, this little arrow. And do I want files or folders? Well, in this case, I'm just going to upload a single file, all right? And you'll have to find it on your computer, on your machine, wherever you saved it, and I put mine on the desktop as an example. All right, so I'll click Open, and you'll see this little upload progress bar. It won't take too long if it's a Word document, and here it is. Okay, so I can X out there. And you'll notice that when I click on it, it will open in a view format, and that's because this is a Microsoft Word document. So it's still in that file format. It's a .doc document. So that's kind of nice if I just want a place to store this document, or if I want to be able to email it later or something along those lines. But if I actually want to edit it and have sharing capabilities, I'm going to have to convert it into a Google Doc, okay? So there's several ways to do that. So we'll just go back to our menu screen, and here's the paper that I just uploaded, my Microsoft Word document. I'm going to right click, and you have your options again, move to, rename, etc. But I want to open with Google Docs. If you open the Google Drive viewer, that was just the screen that you saw previously. It's just going to allow you to look at it. But if I want to be able to edit it, I need to convert it. So whenever you click on this Google Docs icon, it will automatically convert your Word document into a Google Doc. So click on it, you can see your little progress bar here, and there we go. Okay, so now this is a Google Doc, and I could edit, I could change, I could share, all of that good stuff. All right, so let's talk about sharing. All right, so let's say that I'm in a group project, or I'm working on a group project. I want my classmates to be able to make changes too. So see this little blue share button in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. We'll click that, because right now you saw it said private only to me, so only I can view it. I want to change that. So you'll get a box that says share with others, all right? The easiest way to do this is just to give an email address. It does not have to be a Gmail address, as long as it's a valid email address. If it's a Yahoo address or, particular to a certain institution like George Walton Academy, as long as it's valid, you'll be fine, all right? So I'll put my email address in there. And now you have this drop-down box. What do I want this person to be able to do? You have three options. Well, this person can only look at it, all right? This person can comment, or this person can edit. So, you might have different options or assign different options for different reasons. If I'm turning this into a teacher and I want her to be able to make comments, I'm going to click this Can Comment button. If I'm sharing with a classmate and I want this person to be able to make changes as well, you'll select Can Edit. And you can also add a note. So, hey, check out my new Google Doc. Okay. Make changes as you see fit. So when I click this Send button, Gmail will actually send an email to this person saying, hey, Emily Rediger has shared a document with you and you can edit, okay? So it'll tell this person what it is, who sent it, and what they have the privilege to do. Let's talk about another share option. You could also click this Get Shareable Link option if you just wanted to kind of send out a link to people, or you wanted to post a link on a website or something along those lines. You could turn the link on and then get a URL that you could copy and paste into an email or onto a website. So that's also an option. Okay, so let's say that I am finished. Okay, I've finished editing my document. I'm good to go. I'm ready to turn it in. All right, let's talk about those options. So if my teacher wants a hard copy, or if you just simply want to print, you have this print icon. You can print directly from Google Docs, okay? You could email or share. If a teacher said, hey, you know what, just share it with me on, in your Google Drive, just share this document with me and I'll count that as a turn-in, because remember, she's going to have an email of your turn-in date. So it's kind of like a timestamp. But if you're in an English class here at George Walton Academy, more than likely your teacher is going to ask you to upload a final copy to Turnitin.com. So let's kind of go through how that works. Using a Google Drive document, you have some special options. So let's take a look at that. So I'll log into my Turnitin account. And find my class here. So if you're a student, you're going to be looking for a particular class taught by a particular teacher and also a specific assignment heading. So I'm not in a class. I just created this class as an example. Okay, so for testing purposes, this is my class, let's say. I'll go in and then I have this assignment. Okay, my assignment heading, example 1. If you're a student, your screen is going to look a little different from mine. You'll have a big submit button over here on the right-hand side. But for the most part, all of the actions are pretty much the same. So let's click submit. You're going to submit an assignment. And you'll be taken to this single file upload page. All right. So enter your necessary information. Submission title, Google Doc, sample. All right, so if you scroll down, you notice that you have some very convenient options. So we were just working in Google Drive. If you store your documents as a Google Doc on Google Drive, you don't have to worry about anything. You can just click this Choose from Google Drive option. It will pull up a menu of all of your documents. And you know, if it's organized by folder, it makes life a little easier for you. So here's our intro to Google Docs. We'll select that. And here we go. I'm going to choose the Google Doc format. Click select. And I'm going to click upload. And sometimes it will take a few minutes depending on how large the file is. And you'll see something, you know, that kind of tells you that your upload is in progress. It says it should take less than 2 minutes. And it'll kind of give you your file information over here. And then you should get a confirm page. So yes, this is exactly what I wanted to say. Looks good. You can kind of navigate back and forth between pages. Yes, this is what I want. I'll click confirm. And here we go. Congratulations, your submission is complete. And here's my digital receipt, okay? Which, you know, students, you can choose students to keep track of those. If you ever doubt that they turned it in on time, they should be able to give you this time stamped. Here's my time stamp. They should be able to give you this receipt. So that's basically it. That's our intro to Google Docs, you know, creating a simple document and then also uploading a document and converting it to Google Docs, and then convenient for students being able to directly upload it to turnitin.com from Google Drive. So if you have any questions, don't forget to let me know. Hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you learned something.